I'm concerned that our host, or teacher, something has come up. I don't see him. Let me reach out to him. So I have sent a couple of contacts to him to see if he responds. Maybe something has happened. Mercury is still in retrograde until November 3rd. So it's possible he could be having some technical issues. So,
Namaste.
oh, there you are. You were concerned.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing okay, but a lot of my neighbors here in Irvine, they're being evacuated. So luckily we are okay.
Oh, because of a recent fire?
Yeah. It's the big one going on in Irvine neighborhood. About half of Irvine is evacuated actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean we are quite far from that place, so we are okay.
Okay.
So I might get some phone calls here and there. So.
Okay.
Oh, we are waiting for you. So that was a ping from you. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Let's start with the prayer. I think I shared the file with you. Let me also start streaming so that way I'm not able to do the streaming anymore. Is Zara on?
Yes.
Yes, let me Mas, you may have to do the live streaming because we're all on.
That's fine. No, don't just do recording. That's fine. I'll take care of the loading, but just do the recording. That should be good enough.
You'll upload it after. Okay,
yeah.
It's already recording. So.
Oh, okay. It's already recording. Okay, good. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. I shared the prayer in the document. Hopefully, let me share my screen. Share screen. So hopefully you all saw this. Anyone has any questions? Again, we're not going to go into meaning or anything today, but anybody has any questions on the pronunciation, happy to help here. No questions on the pronunciation? All right. Let's, so this is a closing prayer. We'll go through this later when we close the class. We've done with all these things. I just want to quickly review what we did last time. So last time we talked about this section. I want to see if we can quickly review, and unless anybody has any questions before I jump into this review. No questions? Okay, good. Looks like in Sanskritam we call it Sarve Panditaha. It means all are experts. Pandit is an expert, right? Sarve Panditaha. Padam, word also called padam in Sanskritam. Every padam has a gender, masculine, feminine, or neuter. So, and we said that it has nothing to do with the thing, but it has everything to do with the way the word was formed. So that's what determines the gender of the word. We gave you some common patterns. Anything with ends with a visarga, which is aha, like Ramaha, Krishnaha, Dandaha, Aksharaha, Shivaha. So are all masculine. Anything with ends with an akara we call it, is Mala, Uma, Geeta, Anita, or ikara like Devi, Gauri, Gayatri are feminine in common patterns. And then neuter, the common pattern is they all end with an ammakara. Dvaram, Mukham, Jalam, etc., etc. Okay. There are, of course, the question is, does every word in Sanskritam has gender? Not necessarily, because there are words, we call them indeclinables or avyaya in Sanskritam, where they don't have any gender. They're not affected by gender at all. So there'll be some examples later on. We also talked about Gunita Akshara, which is nothing but you take a consonant and add a vowel to it, and that becomes Gunita Akshara. That's how you form the real letter in Sanskritam. And if you recall, there are 33 consonants, right? Everybody remember 33 consonants? Somebody asked me how many vowels, right? Anybody remember how many vowels? You can count. 16, right? 16. Yeah.
16.
So 33 consonants. So what you do is you take, in fact, you can do the combination of every vowel, every consonant and every vowel. You can, that's what the combination we are doing here. You take every consonant and you can add with a vowel here, right? You are taking the example of ka. Also, I introduced a thing called kara, kakara. So this is called kakara or ka letter. And simply, instead of saying ka letter, we said kakara. You take kakara and you add with a or a, e, u, r, a, I, o, au, aha. So you get this combination, right? Everybody remember this, right? So this is called gunita akshara. Gunita akshara. Okay. If you look up the dictionary, gunita also means multiple or something you join. Okay. And we had a lot of examples of these things like ka plus a karma, karanam, right? Ki, kim, ki, kirtihi, etc., etc. All right. I think for a quick review, what we should do is probably we'll take the group, Ayurveda group. Everybody remember their group? Who are in the group for Ayurveda? I can review again. It's Michelle, Ali, Anita, Belinda, and Craig. Do you guys want to repeat? Ka, ka. You guys want to do that? Pronounce?
Yeah. Ka.
Yeah, I know it's hard to do in a group, so maybe you can do it after me. Timing. So I'll probably say you can repeat after me. Ka,
Ka.
ka,
Ka.
ki,
Ki.
ki,
Ki.
ku,
Ku.
ku, kre, ke,
Ke.
kai,
Kai.
ko,
Ko.
kau,
Kau.
kam,
Kam.
kaha.
Kaha.
Very good. Maybe the next group, just so that we can get into that practice, the Jyotisha group, Drew, Eva, Faith, Jigna, and Katie. We'll do the word. You guys want to pick a word? A letter? Pick a letter. Pick a vowel. Pa? Pa? Okay, very good. Pa? Pa. P? P. Pu? Pu. Pr? Pe? Pai. Po? Pau. Pam? Paha. Okay, good. We'll go to the next group, which is yoga group. We have Marcelo, Roberto, Shelley, Suzanne, Debbie, and of course, we don't want to forget Mas and Zera. So you folks pick a akshara or letter.
G.
Which one?
G.
G. What is G? What is in Sanskrit?
Oh, that's above my pay grade.
No. You can do it. You look at the word. It's the same thing. What was the example I gave for G? Let's go to this. So I'll help you. It's a good one. So this is the G you picked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the word? So how do you say this?
Good.
Ga. You got it. So we'll do ga.
Okay.
Yeah. Ga.
Ga.
Yeah.
Ga.
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 Gi.
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 Gu.
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 Gr.
Gre.
Ge.
Ge.
Hey.
Gai.
Gai.
Go.
Go.
Gao.
Gao.
Gum.
Gam.
Gaha.
Gaha.
Good. In Samskrita, we call it Uttamam. That means good. Uttamam. Any questions? No. Okay, let's move forward. We also talked about Samyukta Akshara, or what we call conjunct consonants, right? Conjunct consonants. So in the previous slide, we talked about when you add a consonant and a vowel, that's where you got ga, ga, gi, gi. Now we're going to add a consonant and a consonant. And of course, it cannot stay by itself. You got to add a vowel also somewhere. So you'll see that example where we'll add a vowel also. So if you see this, there's a ka plus u. Ku, it becomes ku. Kukkutaha, rooster. Right? So Sanskrit word is kukkutaha. KKU is kukkutaha. So the next example I have is ga plus ya, gya, bhagyam, bhagyam. Okay, this one everybody knows is agnihi. It's a ga plus na, this regular n, and e, agni with an a. If I add an a, becomes agni because it's the complete word is agnihi. Okay, same with bhakti, mukti, moksha, mrityuhu. Okay, since we are in that mood, I want to get an example from one of you, and then we can break it down here. Give me another example. Any Sanskrit word you know. Hopefully it has a conjunct. And we'll try to break it.
Ishwara.
Ah, very good. So this is E, right? The small e. No, it's Ishvara. So you get big E, right? And then you have S, H, Sha. It's a half SH. And then what? What else we get?
The W.
W or we do V in this case. You can do W too. Both means the same thing. We can do W. And there's an A, right? Small a. Then there's an R and a small a. And of course, there's a H, Ishvaraha, because it's masculine. Everybody got it? All the letters? So E, the long vowel, Sh, and W, which stands for Va. It's a semi-vowel. If you remember semi-vowel, there's an A, there's an R. R, if you remember, it's called a Refa. We don't call it Rakara, we call it Refa, the word R. There's of course an A and an visarga at the end. Ishvaraha. Good example. Everybody followed what we just did here? The letters? Okay. Now, I know you're not learning Devanagari script here. I know you're not learning Sanskrit script here. But if some of you are curious, what I would show you is there's a website I've also shown in Sanskrit. So if you go to this website and then you type in this one, right? You just and then you paste it here and then you translate. I think I got the small, that's why I do it. So it gives you Ishvaraha. Now, some of you may not know how to read it, but in the future, if you learn how to read it, or if you want to use the tool is available. You put it in English, or what we call iTrans, English, what I'm teaching you, it will give you in Devanagari. Okay, so I have the site here, linked here, I think somewhere here. Transliteration to Devanagari, this is the site. Okay, we can do a few more examples, then it will become very clear what I'm trying to do. So let's do one more. So this one. Yeah, it worked. Moksha. Okay, somebody has written a program, nice. So you can use the program online. Any questions? So this is the Devanagari or the Sanskrit script. So if you ever wonder how to do it, you just stick the whatever English, what we call iTrans structure, what we just talked about, and you get the whole thing. So you can be an expert, instant expert. All right. So what I want to do is today I want to get some more practice. So I have actually listed, many of you already got the slides ahead of time. As you see, I have listed maybe 50 masculine words, another 20 or 20, I mean, maybe not 50, sorry. I mean, I don't know, I may be counting wrong. Whatever, 20, 30, another 20, 30 of feminine, and then a few more of neuter words. So we'll get some more practice today. All right. Shall we jump into some practice? Okay. So we'll do Ayurveda group. Okay. Ayurveda group can come online. So repeat after me. Yogaha.
Yogaha.
Tapaha.
Tapaha.
I'm hearing only two voices. Are we missing people? So we have Michelle, Ali, Anita, Belinda, Craig. We have all of them today.
Allie's here.
Ali is here. Belinda is here. Craig is here. I think Michelle is missing, I think, right? All right, no problem. Chinta mastu. In Sanskrit, we call it chinta mastu. Chinta is thinking, is, there's no issues, no problem. Equivalent of no problem, chinta mastu. So yogaha, tapaha, yagnyaha.
Yajnaha.
You got it. So that's a nasal. Yajnaha.
Yajnaha.
Okay. So I'm very glad you people were able to pronounce. Many people, even in India, people will not be able to pronounce this. So what they do is they make in local versions. People who don't speak Sanskrita, their local versions could be like some form of Hindi or my mother tongue Kannada. People make it Yagya, which is easier way to pronounce. But again, in Sanskrit, we call it Yajnaha. The nasal na is coming out. Very good. I'm glad you guys are getting it. Yajnaha. Purushaha.
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 Yeah. So this sha is different from the one we see in Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha is the normal sha. Purushaha is the one sha where you hit the roof of the mouth. Purushaha. Shaha.
Purushaha.
Yeah. Exactly. Purushaha. Okay. I have the meanings also here. If anybody has any questions on the meaning, let me know. In the many meanings, I'm giving you some easy meanings there. Purushaha. One easy meaning is man. Another meaning also means supreme person, depending upon the context. Kamaha.
Kamaha.
Okay. Kamaha. Krodhaha.
Krodhaha.
Okay. Here the dha sound, the dh sound is with aspiration. So you got to get the air there. Krodhaha.
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 Good. Lobhaha.
Lobaha.
Lobaha.
Ahankaraha.
Ahamkaraha.
Ahamkaraha.
Okay. Let's say it as ahamkaraha, but I'll exactly find out the other way to pronounce. But let's just keep it as ahamkaraha right now. Ahamkaraha. Say it again. Ahamkaraha.
Ahamkaraha.
Yeah, a slight variation in pronunciation, but not to worry about it. Darpaha.
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 Aksharaha.
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 Okay, so I have a mistake here. This should be the big S. This is a different S. Aksharaha.
Aksharaha.
Very good. Dharmaha.
Dharmaha.
I think somebody missed the aspiration on the dha sound. Dharmaha.
Dharmaha.
I think you still have somebody is missing the aspiration on dha. Dharmaha.
Dharmaha.
Got it.
Dharmaha.
Bhogaha.
Bhogava.
There's an aspiration. Bhogaha.
Bhogaha.
Okay. Sukhaha.
Sukhaha.
There's an aspiration on kha. Sukhaha.
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 Sukhasana, right? Everybody knows Sukhasana, a simple posture where you sit down with your folded legs and easy for meditation. Sukhasana. So that's Sukhaha. I have this M and N. Sukhaha, the word happens to be available both in masculine, also in neutral. So you can also say Sukham. There is nothing wrong. Sukham is also a approved word. This word happens to be available in both masculine and neutral. Next comes Dukhaha. So this is a little difficult one. I make a lot of mistakes, and whenever I do chanting in Gita, the teacher I used to learn from always used to find mistakes in me. So if you can get it, great. Maybe you can do better than me. So there's a H sound after D, right? This big H, just like we say at the end Shiva, that the H sound is there. So dukhaha, dukhaha.
Dukkaha.
Dukkaha.
Very good.
Dukkaha.
Dukkaha. Yeah. Again, many people don't get dukkaha correct. So your guys are getting it. Very nice. You want to try again?
Dukkaha.
Dukkaha.
Very good. Dukkaha.
Kaha.
Dukkaha.
You got it. You got the aspiration also this time. Sometimes people, they get the H sound in the DUH, but they don't get the KH sound, the aspiration. Dukkaha.
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 Very good. Very good. Maybe we'll take we'll change the group here. Okay, we'll go to Jyotisha group. Drew, Eva, Faith, Chigna, and Katie. Okay. Hope this practice is helping you all. I'm also trying to introduce you to a lot of common words used in yoga, Ayurveda, Jyotisha. Right? Hopefully, these words are familiar. Mas, what do you think? These words are familiar?
Yeah, these are pretty common words.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Next one is Indriyaha.
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 Very good. Kalaha.
Kalaha.
Easy one. Kalaha. Time. Lokaha.
Lokaha.
Okay. Samnyasaha.
Samnyasaha.
Okay. Now here is probably you must have heard the pronunciation Sannyasaha, right? People probably will not have. There's a M is actually there's a milder version of M. They'll call it Sannyasaha. Okay. Same thing actually also with Ahankaraha. So this M is not fully pronounced. I probably have to write a different notation there. So interestingly, I told you folks in Sanskrit, the way it is written, the way we pronounce, but there's an exception here. So the way we have written is Samnyasaha, but we slightly pronounce it Sannyasaha.
Yes.
So there's an N sound instead of an M sound. There's an N nasal sound. Sannyasaha.
Sannyasa.
You got it. Sannyasaha.
Sanyasaha.
Okay. Pranaha.
Pranaha.
This is a little tricky. So I want to see if how many of you get the N dot sound or the nasal N sound. Maybe we'll do one by one. I hope I don't want to embarrass anyone. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, don't worry about it. Many people don't get it. So maybe one by one. Maybe who do we have here? Drew, you want to try? I'm just going by the list.
Yeah, can you say it once?
Okay, I'll tell you. Pranaha.
Pranaha.
Now you're getting N sound. Let's try again. So this N should come from the roof of the mouth. Na. Pranaha.
Pranaha.
Very close. Very close. Very good. You want to try again?
Pranaha.
First time you got it.
Uh,
Okay. So somebody's pinging me or no, there's no chat or anything, right? Anybody? There's nothing in chat. Okay, no problem. Eva, Eve, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, try pranaha.
Pranaha.
Na.
Pranaha.
You got it this time. Second time you got it. Faith.
Yeah. Pranaha.
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 Very close. Pranaha.
Pranaha.
Very good. Very good. Jigna.
Pranaha.
Very good. You got it. Maybe your Gujarati training helps you.
Probably.
But don't worry, even I make mistakes, so they catch me all the time.
Well,
whenever
I think my name has the Arna in it.
No.
Actually,
Jigna has
no.
Jigna. This is a regular N. Jigna is regular N.
Jigna is regular N, because my mom would spell it a different way in Gujarati.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you know what your name means?
Curious.
Exactly. The one
Yeah.
who likes to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it comes from the same root as gno, G-N-O-W, the same cognate.
Okay.
Knowledge comes from the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same root. Your name also comes from Jigna. So it's the same root where Jnana also comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
Jnana is knowledge. Jigna is to know. I mean, hungry to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Katie.
Yes.
Pranaha.
Pranaha.
Very close. One more time. Pranaha.
Pranaha.
Very good. You guys are getting it. Yeah. Once you master ana sound, the nasal, the what do you call the roof of the mouth N sound, that's very good. You can get a lot of other words too. Next one is easy. Damaha.
Damaha.
We can do in a group. This one we can do. Damaha.
Damaha.
Damaha. I have forgotten Ashta. What do you call it? The 8 limbs of yoga. Is Damaha, Shamaha one of them? You may know the Yama, Niyama, right? Under Yama, is there one of them or Damaha is there? No, right? Okay. I don't want to confuse you folks. Next one, Shamaha.
Shamaha.
Very easy. Japaha.
Japaha.
Very easy, right? Most of you know Japaha. Mohaha.
Mohaha.
So there's a 2H, so it's not difficult at all, but let's try again. Mohaha.
Mohaha.
Okay. So basically means delusion. Yashaha.
Yashaha.
Very good. Rajaha.
Rajaha.
Gunaha.
Gunaha.
There's another N sound here. There's a nasal N. Gunaha.
Gunaha.
Getting it. Most of you are getting it. Very good. Maybe we'll switch to the other group, the yoga group. So this is Marcelo, Roberta, Shelly, Suzanne, and Debbie. All right. So let's try again. Gunaha.
Gunaha.
Okay. Maybe we can do one by one if that's okay. Okay. So Marcelo, are you here today?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you try Gunaha?
Gunaha.
One more time. Gunaha.
Gunaha.
Very good. You got it.
Thank you.
Roberto,
Gunaha.
try again.
Gunaha.
Very close. Shelly,
Not. Put the
I'll
accent.
repeat it. Repeat after me. Gunaha.
Gunaha.
Very close. One more time. Gunaha.
Gunaha.
Very good. Suzanne,
Gunaha.
try again.
Gunaha.
Try the na sound again. Gunaha.
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 Very good. Very good. Again, you may be saying it sometimes with the Zoom, the sound might get lost also. So please bear with me. Many of you are doing very well. Debbie? Gunaha. Debbie here today? Debbie is missing. Okay. All right. Zara, you want to try? Zara Armas, you want to try Gunaha?
You don't give me any time. Let this
Okay.
be their time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Zara? Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to Koshaha.
Koshaha.
Aharaha.
Aharaha.
Mantraha.
Mantraha.
Kafaha.
Kafaha.
Okay, I made a mistake. Actually, in actual Sanskrit, there's no F sound. It's kapaha.
Kapaha.
Okay. I know many of you might have heard kafaha, but in Sanskrit, in original Sanskrit, kapaha.
I always heard the kapaha, but I never
Exactly.
understood it.
You got it. Yeah. So sorry, I made a mistake.
Kapaha.
with an aspiration. Kapaha.
Kapaha.
Aha.
Okay.
Very good.
Kapaha.
Okay. And I've not put the meaning. Most of you know what the meaning is. You're all Ayurveda experts. I don't know what to call it in English, so I just left it.
Phlegm.
Phlegm?
Phlegm.
Okay.
There's a G in there somewhere. I forgot.
Okay.
It's
Plegm?
yeah.
Okay. One of you help me later on.
Okay.
Vedaha.
Vedaha.
It's the easy one. So this one, doshaha.
Doshaha.
So this is a different sha. Okay, not the same Shankara sha or Shiva sha. This doshaha.
Doshaha.
Okay, so the one sha where you hit the roof of the tongue, roof of the mouth. Doshaha.
Doshaha.
Okay, so again, very popular Ayurveda word. If somebody don't pronounce it, you can always catch them. You can say doshaha.
What does that mean?
Doshaha is one of those qualities. Please help me, some Ayurveda students, you are better.
Blemish.
Yes, the literal meaning is blemish, but in Ayurveda sense, what does it mean?
But you're putting an R in there?
No, there's no R. See, it's SH. This is a different S.
The cursor over it. Okay.
Sorry, this is a different S. Sorry. Doshaha.
Doshaha.
It sounds like you're putting an R in there.
Yeah.
Is it because of the
It's the same place where the R originates, but it's not R. Doshaha.
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 Okay.
Very good. So till now we had a simple pattern. Everything else with A and an H, like Shamaha, Japaha, right? Now we have slightly different combination. There'll be a U and an H Visarga, or there's a E and a Visarga. H is Visarga, right? Remember Visarga?
Mm-hmm.
So these are also masculine words. Vayuhu.
Vayuhu.
Very good.
Dhatuhu.
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 Yeah, don't forget the aspiration. Dhatuhu.
Dhatuhu. Dhatuhu.
Yeah, these are all some of the Ayurvedic words. So I'm picked up. Dhatu is a popular Ayurvedic word. You guys know the meaning better than me. Agnihi.
Agnihi.
Guruhu.
Guruhu.
Okay, Guruhu. So the real Samskrita word is Guruhu.
Guruhu.
Right? Of course, in English we call it Guru. In popular word we call Guru, but it's actually Guruhu.
Guruhu. Guruhu.
The word dhatu, we're taught that means tissues. Seven.
It also means tissue, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, these have many meanings.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions?
I don't think we went over Churnaha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Shurnaha.
Churnaha. I have a
Shurnaha.
mistake here.
Churnaha.
This one actually I have a mistake here, but you won't notice because this is Devanagari. I have made a small mistake, but I'll fix it. Churnaha. There's a ooh. There's a long.
Shurnaha.
Churnaha.
Shurnaha.
Very good. All right. Hope you are getting used to this. The letters. This you know, when I put the uppercase N, it means something. When I put uppercase U, it means something. When I put uppercase S, it means something. Hope you all getting used to that. Okay. Let's move to the next group. We'll do feminine words. So this is back to Ayurveda group. Okay. So remember, all the feminine words end with A, right? Or E, and then we also some new pattern here, Ihi. Okay. So most of them should be easy here. So we'll do pretty straight quickly. Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Yeah. This is the regular Sha. Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Don't forget the double D and also the aspiration there. Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Very good. Aspiration. Nishtha.
Nishtha.
Okay, the S here is the S which comes from the roof of your mouth. Nishtha.
Nishtha.
Yeah, you got it. Very good. Seva.
Seva.
Very easy. Vidya.
Vidya.
Kshama.
Kshama.
I have a mistake here. The S should be the one which hits the roof. Kshama.
Kshama.
Okay. Ahimsa.
Ahimsa.
Okay. Question? No question? Okay, let's move on. Samata.
Samatha.
Asha.
Asha.
Very good. Chetana.
Chetana.
Okay, so this is, I think this can be misleading, right? Because you can read as Chetana, right? But in Sanskrit, as you've heard, all these diphthongs, or what we call complex vowels, are all long elongated. So even though it says just A, it's actually A. So it's Chetana.
Chetana.
Very good. Chetana.
Chetana.
Very good. Divya.
Divya.
Very good. Let's do a few more and then we can shift the groups. So the next one is E pattern. Nari.
Nari.
Sorry, I have a off pattern here. Forgive me. Megha.
Megha.
So Megha is cloud. Okay. Gayatri.
Gayatri.
Nadi.
Nadi.
Okay, the next one is Nadi.
Nadi.
Okay, this is a D as in dog. This one. Nadi.
Nadi.
Now, some of you are saying D as in THE, It's a D as in dog. Nadi.
Nadi.
Are you guys hearing some of you saying Nadi? Let's go back to this one. I'm talking about N-A-A, this uppercase D-I. Most of you have heard of this pranayama, Nadi Shuddha Pranayama, right? Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So this is the Nadi.
Nadi.
Yeah, you're getting it. Once more. Nadi.
Nadi.
Very good. Neti.
Neti.
Okay, this is also elongated E. Neti.
Neti.
Okay. Maybe in popular vernacular they say neti pot, right? Actually, neti. It is neti.
Neti.
All right. So let's change the group. Let's do the Jyotisha group, right? This time. So which is Drew, Eva, Faye, Jigna, and Katie. Nitihi.
Nitihi.
Kirtihi.
Kirtihi.
Smritihi.
Smritihi.
This is slightly difficult. So this is an R. This is the R sound, which again comes from the back of your palate. Smritihi.
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 Very good. Dhritihi.
Dhritihi.
So there's an aspiration here. D. I might have made a mistake here. It's a DH. Yeah. Yeah, I made a mistake here. It's an aspiration there. Dhritihi.
Dhritihi.
Dhritihi. Okay. Buddhihi.
Buddhihi.
So there's a double D. Buddhihi.
Buddhihi.
Matihi.
Matihi.
Bhaktihi.
Bhaktihi.
Jyotihi.
Jyotihi.
Prakritihi.
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 Let's try again. This could be a little tricky. Prakritihi.
Prakritihi.
Kritihi. Prakritihi.
Prakritihi.
Very good.
Prakritihi.
You guys are getting it. All right. The last one is the easy one, right? Most of the neutral words are easy. So we'll do the last group and then we can move on to the next set of lessons. So we'll do yoga group. Danam.
Danam.
Jnanam.
Jnanam.
Okay, so it's there's no ja, jnanam.
Jnanam.
Okay, so even though they say J sound, yeah, unfortunately the pronunciation is not J sound. The reason I put J sound is because that's how the characters work. But once J and Nya are added, it becomes Nya.
Nya.
It's actually J, you're right. J and Nya are added.
Nya.
Jnanam.
Nya.
Jnanam.
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 Nya.
Jnanam.
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 All right. Once again, Jnanam.
Jnanam.
Very good. You got it. Bhutam.
Bhutam.
Patram.
Patram.
Pushpam.
Pushpam.
Yeah, so these are different yes. The S which comes from the Sha which comes from the roof. Pushpam.
Pushpam.
Very good.
Pushpam.
This is an aspirated pa. Phalam.
Phalam. Phalam.
Phalam.
Phalam.
Toyam.
Toyam.
Jalam.
Jalam.
Both means the same thing, water.
Toyam. Jalam.
Amritam.
Amratam.
Amratam.
Very good.
Amrutam.
Amritam.
Amrutam.
Amratam.
Amrutam.
Got it. Mukham.
Mukham.
So if you see the word, right? Mrutyu. We talked about mrutyu earlier, right? Mrutyu is the death. Comes from the same English word mortal, right? So here a is an opposite, right? Whenever you add a word a, it becomes opposite. Not always. Many times this is the. So it's an opposite of something which is death. So deathlessness. Amritam means deathlessness. Okay. Amrutam.
Amrutam.
Mukham.
Mukham.
Sthanam.
Sthanam.
So this is an aspirated sthanam.
Sthanam.
So the th is aspirated. Don't forget that. Sthanam.
Sthanam.
Very good. Yeah, if you're making notes, just make sure that you write it down. It's aspirated. I have it as th. It's in the tables also, but sometimes you may not recognize. So just make a note saying that it's aspirated th. Sthanam. No. Try again. Very good.
Sthanam.
Very good. Papam. Punyam. Okay, so this is the N, same N as in the prana. Punyam. Very close, very good. Satyam. Bhayam.
Bhayam.
Ah, got it.
Bhayam.
Rupam.
Bhayam.
Chittam.
Rupam.
The last one. Dhyanam.
Chittam.
Let's try again. Dhyanam.
Dhyanam.
No, I think the aspiration DH is not coming up. Dhyanam.
Dhyanam.
Dhyanam. Aspiration. Dhyanam.
Dhyanam.
Okay. All right. So we have any questions before we hope this pronunciation was helpful?
Yes.
Okay. So it served two purposes. Hopefully it introduced you to new words. You also learned if the words are masculine, feminine, or neuter. At the same time, you got a pronunciation. Now, there is no trick in remembering if the word is neuter or feminine. The only trick is what it ends with, right? I think I told you. So yogaha, tapaha, yajnaha, right? So that's how you have to remember them, right? Shraddha, kshama, ahimsa. So that's how you have to remember them. And some of these words like dhyanam, right? Meditation, dhyanam. So ends with so it's a neuter word. That's how you have to remember them. All right.
Can I ask a question on that that concept there?
Yeah.
just generally looking at, and I don't know if these are English versions. It's just I've seen a lot of mantras, and it's rare to actually get this spelling where it's perceived as masculine or feminine or neuter. It's because I think one of the examples too is like Shiva being masculine, Gita being feminine. Like and that's how I see it in mantras, and I wouldn't know just looking at that until I see this, which is almost more of a cheat sheet that I'm just not used to seeing it. So I don't know if you have any. Yeah.
No, it's a good point. I'll teach you this a little later. See, Om Namah Shivaya, right? Most of you have heard of this mantra, right? Let me write this down here. Just for, again, I'll just write it here. This is a popular mantra. Shivaya, right? So where is Shiva here, right? You may be wondering, where is Shiva here? So basically they take the word Shiva and then they add something to the end, becomes Shivaya. I'll teach you that also a little later. But looking at this, you will not be able to make out. But little ahead, slightly ahead, we'll teach you some more stuff where you'll be able to make out. Okay? You have to keep the cheat sheet at this point of time. I don't know if I answered your question or not, or your observation, basically your observation.
Yeah, it provides a little insight, but
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, maybe we'll take another. I'll just check if this mantra has anything. Shantihi, right? I did not list that, but Shantihi. Do you see the pattern? I'll show you the pattern here. This is the pattern. Nitihi, Kirtihi, Smrutihi, Shantihi happens to be a feminine, like Ihi pattern. Get it? So now you know something. Shanti is a feminine word. So this is the pattern it follows. Smrutihi, Dhritihi, Bhaktihi. All right. Let's come to numbers. Okay. Sankhya. Sankhya. Okay. N dot or the guttural N. Sankhya. You guys want to try? Sankhya.
Which group is going now?
Oh yeah, good question. Where did we stop? I think yoga group we start with a new group. We start with Ayurveda group. Michelle, Ali, Anita, etc. Okay. So let me say it, you repeat after me. Sankhya.
Sankhya.
Okay, I put G here, which is not really GG. It's a guttural N sound because we don't have it on our keyboard. We put the G for the typing purposes. I also put the N dot here. Okay, so this is the same row. K, K, G, G, Ng. That's a row. So that's the one. Sankhya. Okay. Sankhya is as you can see, it's a feminine, right? It ends with a. It's a feminine word. What does it mean? It means numbers, simply. Okay. So we'll learn numbers today. And numbers, many of you are familiar with because the same number system is followed in Latin and other places. So should not be very difficult. So first group, Ayurveda group, Ekam.
Ekam.
Dve.
Dve.
Trini.
Trini.
Okay, this is the N on the roof of your mouth. Trini.
Trini.
Okay. Next, Chatvari.
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 Pancha.
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 Okay. Shut.
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 Okay. After this, there is a, I mean, even here, pancha is penta, right? Pentagon, whatever, right? 5. What is it in Greek? Pentagon, right? Pentagon is what? Something with 5 sides. Okay. So that's how you remember pancha. Chatvari. So in Spanish, it becomes, cha becomes ka, right? Cuatro. In Spanish, it becomes cuatro. Chatvari becomes cuatro in Spanish or Latin. Shat is basically 6, right? Sapta.
Sapta.
Sapta is, what is it in other languages? In Spanish? Siete. Septagon, right? In Greek or something, septagon. One with 7 sides, septagon. Ashta.
Ashta.
Right? It's same thing as octo. Octo. What language is that? Octo, septa is all. Is it Greek or Latin?
Latin.
Latin? Okay, sorry. For me, everything looks the same to me. So correct me if I'm wrong. So in Latin, it becomes octo. So here it's ashta. Okay, you want to try again? Ashta.
Ashta.
Okay. Nava.
Nava.
Right? Nava. Nueve, right? Spanish?
Yeah.
Ocho, nueve. Dasha.
Dasha.
Okay. It's very similar to many languages, right? Decimal. Decimal point they call, right? 10 is decimal. Decathlon, or the word dec comes from diez in Spanish. Now, after 10, it's very easy because there's a very good pattern in Sanskritam. So you basically take the least significant decimal first. Okay, you start with this letter. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But this is, everybody knows this is 10, right? This is the 10th decimal place. So Sanskrit followed decimal system from very beginning, right? That's why, mathematics came from, decimal system came from that part of the world. So Ekadasha. Next group want to try this? Maybe the Jyotish group want to try this? Drew, Eva, Faith, and those people? All right, let's try this. Ekadasha.
Ekadasha.
Dvadasha.
Dvadasha.
Trayodasha.
Trayodasha.
Chaturdasha.
Chaturdasha.
So you keep adding dasha to the end. Dasha is 10. Keep adding dasha to the end. Panchadasha.
Panchadasha.
Chodasha.
Chodasha.
Saptadasha.
Saptadasha.
Ashtadasha.
Ashtadasha.
So one difference here is this is you make it a longer a. Ashtadasha.
Ashtadasha.
Navadasha.
Navadasha.
Vimshatihi.
Vimshatihi.
Okay. So this is also nothing new for people who speak like Latin or Spanish. In Latin, you call it what? Viente or biente. Right? Spanish?
20. Yeah.
20. So same thing. The Sanskrit word is very similar. Vimshatihi.
Vimshatihi.
Starting. It's not exactly the same word, but starting. Vimshatihi.
Vimshatihi.
Shatahi.
Okay. I think we are almost at the end of our lesson. I probably want to, just to see here, after 20, it follows the same pattern. You start with ekam plus vimshati, eka vimshatihi. So similar to the ekadasha, eka vimshatihi, dva vimshatihi, trayo vimshatihi. So says the same pattern goes on. Okay, we'll learn 1 to 20 well, and then we can worry about after 20. All right. Any questions?
Yeah.
No questions. When I designed the class for 1 hour, I thought you'll have a lot of questions. So we made it 1 hour and then 10-15 minutes because we want to make sure we accommodate questions. So all are becoming Pandits. Very good. Let me spend a few minutes on homework. Maybe it's good for you folks to, are you folks meet in other classes like your yoga class? I think you have other classes going on, right? With the mass or other places, your yoga classes?
We have some. We're finishing up this week. So after this week, it'll just be the Sanskrit class.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Because this class, it's best if you practice in small groups. I mean, that way, you each other can correct each other. I would probably say maybe make small groups, group of 4 or 5, maybe big, 2 or 3 small groups. I don't want to influence you. You can see the people here. If you want to exchange numbers, maybe Zara or Mas can help you. Make small groups and then you meet like, half an hour, not more than half an hour over the week. Maybe like, make a Thursday or Friday or something, or weekend, whenever you guys are, you can. And then practice these things, pronunciation. And then what we'll do is from next class, I'll start teaching you small sentences. Like, small questions, starting with Bhavataha Nama Kim, what is your name? So that means you have to talk with someone. Okay. So I will highly encourage Mas, what do you suggest? How do they form groups?
Well, we'll have Sarah send out an email.
Okay.
And then everyone, maybe she'll put out a couple of suggestions on days, and then little groups can get started. Probably 2 or 3 groups. 3 groups is good. 5 people per group.
Yeah.
Why don't we just stay with the 3 groups that we have?
Okay, I can share the names. I can share the names with you, Zara, so you can.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that, and then I can just help them organize.
Oh, wonderful! So they can practice pronunciation, and then then you can come back if you have any issues, something which is not working.
Perfect.
Okay. Very good. Hope this lesson pattern is helpful. Again, as I said, I'm also doing this for first time. This kind of class, I've done other Sanskrit classes, so I need some feedback. So hope we are going in the right track.
It's good. It's simple is important, and repetition is important.
Yeah.
And to see the language that applies to yoga, Ayurveda, Jyotish, these things is really the most important thing, because it helps the student understand the vibrational meaning of the word.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
One thing that I did want to point out is a couple of things. One is that today in modern Sanskrit, because I've studied both in Maharashtra and Bengal, and then you have the national language of Hindustan with Hindi, is that the Sanskrit has become a bit influenced by the dialects.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And so you have the Bengali, same word, but has a different sound to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Marathi has its own vibration and sound. And so it doesn't make it wrong. You'll just notice that it'll change a little bit depending on the region.
Right.
And with your...
this is right observation.
And
It's just
so-
like,
yeah.
it's
So
like
this-
English, right? It's English. You know,
Yes.
people say, well, we speak American, right? So some people speak British, some people speak South African. So it's all English, same way.
That's right. That's right. So, and that's why we want to emphasize not just what the word means, but these words mean many things. They're used in different, the same word is used in Jyotish and Ayurveda and yoga, and they mean different things in each of those systems.
Yeah.
And they're pronounced slightly different depending on the lineage, depending on the region.
Yeah.
But again, the intention then becomes the higher level of importance, is what is the personal intention behind it, and what is the quality of your mentality when you're saying that word. Because we have gunas, right? You have tamas and rajas and sattva. So if your mind's in a tamasic state, then the power of that word doesn't have the same power.
Right.
But if it's in a sattvic state and you're in a very divine place, then the power of the word is heightened much more. And so just some small things there.
Yeah, good observation. Very good observation. Yeah. We will say the ending prayer. So I have the slide also here. By the way, I am just not doing the repetition where I say and I say you repeat after me. Do you folks prefer that?
Do that, Venkatesh.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
Om Sarve Bhavantu.
Om Sarve Bhavantu
Sukhinaha.
Sukhinaha.
Sarve Santu.
Sarve Santu.
Niramayaha.
Narayamaha.
Niramayaha.
Narayamaha.
Sarve Bhadrani.
Sarve Bhadrani.
Pashyantu.
Pashyantu.
Ma Kaschit. Dukha. Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namaste.
Namaste.
All right. We'll see you all next week. And if you have any questions during the week, you have my email. Feel free to ping me. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.